Hi, I'm Michael Namingha. I'm a City of Santa Fe Arts Commissioner and an artist, born and raised in Santa Fe. I went to school at Parsons School of Design in New York, and so that's what I consider my roots, because I learned so much living there and wanting to move there, that what I've learned and brought back to Santa Fe was my experience in the city. I debuted this piece last August during Indian Market, and it was one of the centerpieces in the lower exhibition space, and it got so much attention. People were stopping on the street and they were curious about it, and why, I guess kind of why it was being shown during the height of a Native American art market. Well, this piece is titled Kobe. It's actually, I don't know whether or not to call it I was in Kyoto, Japan, and I was eating at a Kobe beef restaurant, and when I finished my meal, which was amazing, they brought me this certificate, and the woman explained as to what it was, and it's the cow that I had just eaten's family lineage, its name, and its nose print. So I don't know whether to call it my cow's death certificate or birth certificate. I think there is one. I mean, there was one that was started in the 80s, but it was still very much based, about Santa Fe style and native culture. Artists like Fritz Scholder and T.C. Cannon and my father, and they were painting in a contemporary aspect of depicting native culture. A Native American sitting at a bar with a beer can, a Native American traditionally dressed dancer with an ice cream cone, but done in very kind of Warholian pop colors. So Santa Fe now, I think, is trying to move away from where it is as typical Santa Fe style, and it's kind of like, do we go this direction, or do we go back, or do we stay where we are? And there are galleries in town like James Kelly that have brought international artists like Bruce Nauman and those types to Santa Fe. I mean, Bruce Nauman actually lives, I think, 30 minutes from here with his wife Susan Rothenberg. And then there's the Art Space Site Santa Fe, which a few years back, at one of their biennials, they had Takashi Murakami exhibited and Bridget Riley. So there are those international artists that do make their way through Santa Fe at some point. And where it's going, I'm not sure. There's not a lot for young people to do here. It is kind of like a vacation city. And so keeping, young people, I'm talking about 20 to 30s, they're here for a year or two, but then they're off doing something else in another city. I've always had a fascination with product design, like homes. I told you I did a project with Hermes. I think it's fun when artists kind of branch off and do other design. I did grow up going to the reservation and seeing the ceremonies, and asking questions, because I was always that kid question box, and understanding what some of the ceremonies meant, what the symbolisms meant. But me as an artist, I don't feel comfortable in putting those design elements into my artwork, because I don't feel comfortable enough to say that I could do this, like, oh, I'm going to put this symbol here because I know exactly what it means, and next to this I don't know what that would actually mean. Yeah, a lot of, you see these sort of Pez dispensers that are, made out of kachina heads. I think that's culturally insensitive, because, the Pez dispenser is, this pop 1950s American, candy dispenser, and then to have, you know, a Kachina mask placed on top and you open it up and it comes out of its mouth.